Matthew Torres continues our team coverage. Now, he left for Maine this morning to help our sister station there.
Yeah, and as soon as he arrived, he ran into Senator Angus King, who just returned to Maine from D.C. this morning. Here was his initial reaction.
Well, I was just thinking as I walked out here, I feel like I've lost family. I've been representing these people for a long time, and it's unthinkable. I've been getting a lot of texts. It's just awful. And obviously the first order of business is to capture this guy, if indeed the person of interest is the perpetrator. The next is to comfort the families and all those in the area who are in lockdown now. There's a huge amount of fear, and schools are closed, colleges are locked down. So we want to try to lift that burden from people so we can move from fear to grieving. But that's what we're going to be doing a lot of this weekend.
Have you seen this magnitude of tragedy in your state, and how do you think this will affect the communities moving forward?
Well, Maine has one of the highest levels of gun ownership in the country and one of the lowest levels of gun crime in the country until last night. Nothing like this, in my recollection, has ever happened in Maine. And generally speaking, people use firearms and they do it safely, and they pass that on from generation to generation. This is an aberration. It's shocking, disappointing. It's just hard to characterize. Unexpected, and it's something we and the rest of the country have to deal with.
And we'll have more from Senator King ahead on WSA 9 News at 5. As you just heard Senator King say, Maine has one of the highest rates of gun ownership of any state, but one of the lowest rates of gun violence. So we needed to check that out and to verify. We checked with the CDC and the RAND Corporation. Now, the CDC tracks gun death rates by state. Only 13 of the 50 states had lower rates than Maine. The most recent estimate shows almost 48% of adults in Maine live in a home with a gun. That is the 16th most. Only one state, Vermont, had both a higher percentage of gun ownership and lower firearm death rate than Maine. So we can verify, yes, Senator King's statement is true.